What's up, our space fam? Today we've got two stories, both about cheating. One where the wife's cheating, and the other where the husband's cheating. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Enjoy the listen. First up, when I, 20, was deployed in 2018, my wife, 19, accidentally sent me her iPhone location and it showed her at her ex's house. In 2018, I deployed and my wife and I were having problems. We had gotten married earlier that year, and she was threatening to divorce me 2 months after being married and did it well over 10 times throughout the deployment. It hugely bothered me, and I would beg for her to forgive me for whatever argument and just do what she wanted. I am not perfect and do not think I am better than her, but she did several things like this. Let me explain. First, we dated in high school and dated for a while, and I did cheat on her. We broke up, and months later, realized what a huge mistake I made and broke up with the girl, and we got back together. We were on and off for years and eventually got married after I joined the Marines. In 2018, she went out with her friends to a drag club, so she said, and sent me photos before she left of her and her friend. She was wearing a very inappropriate outfit, tight, dark skirt, and a revealing top and a choker. She looked amazing, but immediately it bothered me because she never wore this for me or around me. Upon further investigation of this photo and a couple others I saw, she had taken her wedding ring off. That was a huge red flag, but she gaffed it off as being mad at me because I was mean and us fighting. I gave her all my passwords and usernames. She could have full access to anything because it doesn't bother me. She would be reluctant to give me hers though. But after a while, she would give it to me, but it wouldn't work for me. And she would just say, "Weird, it works for me." In September of 2018, we were still having issues. This one was the worst. One evening, she accidentally sent me her location over iMessage and said, "IDKY, I sent that, LOL." And I had that bad gut feeling, you know. I looked up the location on Google Earth, and the roads and area looked familiar around where we lived, and I soon found out that this was her ex-boyfriend's house. I was crushed and furious. I blew her phone up, demanding to get on FaceTime so I could see where she was at. She sent texts saying she has bad service, and after about 20 minutes, she FaceTimed and she was driving down a road I don't know where. I was yelling, and she said she was at her friend's and had bad service, etc., started crying, and I was just lost. I should have made her stop to see what road she was on, but she was telling me she was at her friend's house. She claimed that she wasn't at Levi's and doesn't know why it sent that location. She said that it must have been her old iPad she left at his house. I talked to people online about the situation anonymously, and they said there is no way the location could have come from another device. I don't know what to believe, and to this day, it haunts me and keeps me up. The thought really getting into the fine detail of what would have or did take place in the process of going over to his house. The thought of them having relations drives me insane. I can be fine and think about this, and I'll be depressed and furious. After getting home from deployment, she and I stayed with another couple I served with. I was going through her phone one night and saw she still had her ex's Instagram connected to her Instagram. I was upset and went to bed after 0100. I had to get up and go PT, and I refused to talk to her, and it was eating her alive why I wouldn't talk to her. She really wanted to know what was going on, so after we left PT and got back to the house, she wouldn't leave me alone about it, so I told her, and she was like, "Oh, I knew it would be that. Here, let me show you," and showed me that it had been like that forever since they dated, and that she was never able to take it off, and showed me she couldn't. Also, I saw in her Snap camera roll, days before we started dating again in 2017, she was hanging out with her ex. It has since been deleted, for I couldn't find it later, as well as all the photos and screenshots of conversations and horrible things she said, and the locations she sent me, etc., were deleted, and she said she deleted them and smirked about it. She has said that her ex-boyfriend from back in middle school has given her the most hickeys and that I hadn't when we were just talking. This isn't cheating, but I don't know why she would say something like that to me. She also went to a party at her friend's house, and her other ex was there as well. I don't know, I'm lost here. We have a son together, and he is perfect, and I love them both so much. But I still have bad days where I think of all this, and right now, I have to put it all out and hope for some feedback and advice. Get a paternity test, OP. She might just be using you as a financial net while still being in love with her ex. Considering how on and off you were and her possibility of cheating during deployment, you might be dragged in for child support. So get the test before you even think about any divorce proceedings. Second, you can download Instagram, Facebook data. So if you get access to her phone, I know it's bad to invade privacy. Download it and email it to yourself. Don't forget to delete the email from the sent to and the trash. Also delete it from the downloads. delete the search history too. The images sent during that period will still be there, even if the messages are deleted. You can give yourself some sort of reassurance. I don't know. Something in there might act as evidence or as a reassuring point that she didn't cheat. Good luck and take care of your mental health. And thank you for your service. Update. So after looking at all the comments and thinking about this for the past couple of days, I went online and talked to an Apple support employee about whether or not it is ever possible that you could send your current location of your iPhone and send it a location from somewhere else or off another device. This was one of her reasonings for the location being at her ex's house. She said she left her old iPad there and it was still signed into her iCloud Apple ID. The employee was very thorough and kind of assured me that this is not true. After learning this, I realized how easy it was to get that confirmation, and it has been over 2 years, and I never once got online to find out the truth like I just did. I guess I have just been taking the easiest route and pushing it down and suppressing the emotions I have felt, just denying it to put it plainly. Now I am asking for your all's help again. If you all would be kind enough to do so once again, I have proof that she was at her ex's house. But how do I find out that she actually cheated? Proof? How can I get her to admit it to me? I have asked her about this several times before, and she always denies it and won't sway. She says she wasn't there, and I don't know. What else do you want me to say? I told this woman that I would never divorce her, and I meant that because I really do love her. But I just want to be sure, if I ever get to that point, that it is for the right reasons. She is back home for another week or two while I'm at base working. She has our son, and she's spending time with family and friends. Should I write out a message that explains everything and says what I want to hear and the truth I want? Or wait till she gets back? Just leave it alone until we can talk alone? Update. She just admitted to being there, but she said she was just picking up her iPad that she left there and a bag of clothes. The iPad that she said later was probably where the location was coming from. So, final update. I finally, after sticking to my guns, got her to admit to cheating in September of 2018. I just found out less than an hour ago. She texted it to me, so I have evidence and admission of cheating. I don't know what to do. Leaving her is said easy.
I think he meant to say isn't so easy.
We have a son together. I'm getting a paternity test even though I'm 99% sure he's mine. I'm that boy's dad no matter what. I'm so broken, and I am lost and nauseous. I'm at work and trying to think of solutions and which course of action is best. I need help, guys. This is me asking and asking and asking for help. Please, guys, just help me with what you did, or what is the best legal route or options or whatever. Leaving is always on the table. You could always give her a chance and see if she is sincere about your relationship. If she puts in the effort to regain your trust and makes you happy, then everything should be fine. If you fight and aren't feeling it after a while, split. All relationships are hard, even without that added factor. And another thing to keep in mind is that sometimes staying together for the kid is a worse environment than separating. I hope you make the right call, and I wish you the best of luck. All right, now on to the next story. Found out last night my husband is cheating on me. I knew something was off. Our marriage hasn't been perfect, far from it, but it's been good until now. We've been together for 7 years, married too, no kids, just bought our first home in August. He kept doing this thing where he was constantly ignoring me on his phone, incessantly, all hours of the day, to the point where yesterday I got up because he kept ignoring me in the middle of a conversation to be on his phone because Lucas is having a rough night. No, Lucas wasn't. He was talking to his sub. Apparently, he's decided to enter an extramarital dom-sub relationship. Never brought it up, never said it was something he needs. No communication about rules or anything. I had to get up in the middle of the night and check his phone, where he's telling baby girl good night. She's telling daddy good night. Just a couple weeks ago, I was asking what he liked to be called in bed, and I asked if he wanted me to call him daddy. He said that belongs to someone else, but I thought it was a past, not current partner. He claims to not have slept with her. He's met her real life for coffee during COVID. She is also in a long-term relationship. I'm most upset because his first engagement ended because his ex cheated on him, so he knows what it's like to be cheated on, and he decided to inflict this pain on me. I took screenshots and sent them to myself. While on the phone with my mom, he erased my phone to delete those, so I wouldn't dwell on them. He doesn't know I sent them to a few close people to me, so I would make sure to have copies. He also keeps saying to leave her out of it when talking, and that I'm not allowed to sarcastically call her baby girl because that's unfair to her. I said the only unfair thing that's going to happen to her is she is going to have her month-ish, according to him, fling end. Not thinking of, I don't know, how unfair it is that he is cheating on me. I've brought it up how I feel inadequate in the bedroom. I know he had a pretty kinky past. Mine is vanilla, but I am open. He just has never tried anything with me. And he no longer finds me likable or worth his time because he is always on his phone talking to someone else. And all my feelings are absolutely true. He kept telling me that I shouldn't feel that way about myself. I don't want to end my marriage, but he also hasn't agreed to end his relationship with the other woman, which I, at this point, cannot compromise on. This is non-negotiable for me. The other week, he was talking about our friends who are poly, and 2 of them are in a dom-sub relationship, and how I will never understand the bond between dom and sub, and that is so much deeper than a non-kink relationship, which just makes me feel even more like crap. It means he already had a deeper bond with someone he's only known a fraction of our relationship. I feel like lead. My body is heavy. I didn't sleep. I'm angry and sad and broken and hopeless. He still claims that I'm his best friend, and I just don't know what the heck to do to even try to start rebuilding, if it's even possible. He doesn't get to dictate how you shouldn't feel. He is not being honest, and he's cheating. His claim that you're his best friend is something he says to hopefully get you feeling a little better and to back off on this. It does not sound like he's interested in rebuilding or even trying to fix your marriage. He checked out already. His talk about poly and DS relationships is a smokescreen. I bet he doesn't really get it because both of those require immense amounts of honesty and communication between all parties. My suggestion is that you lawyer up. Do what your divorce lawyer says. I also suggest that you surround yourself with people who are worth your trust and who actually care about you. Good luck.